What's up, everybody? It's what Jim, and let's do the game review for new Tales from the Borderlands. This game is developed by Gearbox Software and is published by 2K Games. As per usual, I'll be talking about the good and the bad and the verdict for this game and what I rate this game out of 10. But before going through all those stuff, I want to talk about my history with the Borderlands franchise. I've only played one Borderlands game prior to this, and that was New Tales from the Borderlands, developed by Telltale. It was my favourite game developed by Telltale. I absolutely loved it. I loved the humour, I loved the characters, I loved the story, I loved the animation. I thought it was an amazing decision-making game. I've not played any of the other Borderlands games, as I'm not a fan of first-person shooters. But luckily, New Tales from Borderlands isn't one, so that's why I played it. I hadn't seen any trailers for this one, so I kind of went in blinded really. Just all I know was the fact that it was in the same universe as the previous Tales from the Borderlands game. So let's go ahead and talk about the good for this game. So for the good, I want to start off with how relaxing, fun, and enjoyable this game is. I had an absolute blast playing it. I really enjoy the story for this game. You might think it's on paper just a generic story about three anti-heroes saving the world, but to me it's more than that. There's lots of twists and turns that happen all along the way in the game. The game's also about teamwork as well, about having these three anti-heroes working together to come up with a plan on how to save the world, but also to get very rich in the process as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and mention the characters, the three characters that you play as in the game. We've got Anu, who's a scientist. She's my favourite character in the game. Voice actor plays her. She just does such an excellent job. And she's also got an adopted brother called Octavio. He's probably the funniest character. So many funny one-liners, and he makes loads of stupid decisions as well. However, some other decisions do help the team. And then you've also got Fran, who has her own throw-gut shop. She's a blast as well. She's trying to stay calm, even though sometimes she can't help it, and she lets anger control her sometimes. I think the writing, for the most part, is done very, very well here. It's very funny, but also it can be quite emotional and can have quite a lot of heart to it. I don't think the writing's as strong as it was in Tales from the Borderlands, but I feel like it's very, very close to being. There are so many laugh-out moments. Some of the decisions I kind of want to just go with the dumb ones, just because I knew I would be having a laugh if I went with those decisions. And what I also love about the game is the fact that all episodes are free once you purchase the main game, which I really, really appreciate. I think more decision-making games should do that, but I also really love the animation as well. I don't think it's as strong here as it was in Tales of Borderlands. It's like that for quite a few things here. So I do think Tales of Borderlands overall is a better game, but I do love the animation here. I love the way the characters look and the scenery. It does look really, really cool. There's also another mode in the game. It's not just the story mode, and it's called Vaultlanders Battle. And I think it's called that. But it's nothing really too amazing. You just press a couple of buttons. You just dodge a couple of times from enemy attacks, and that's pretty much all you do. It's a fun thing to do in the actual story, but I don't feel like it needed to be its own mode. One final thing I'll touch on with the good is that you can customize your character's outfits. That's a feature that I wasn't expected to see in the game, but I was pleasantly surprised to see. There is also money scattered around the game, and once you collect some, you can then buy an outfit for one of your heroes, or anti-heroes, I suppose. We'll now move on with the bad for this game, and I want to start off with that the villains are just weak here. You don't really spend a lot of time with them, which I'm kind of glad about, and some of the characters can be annoying at times as well. It's mainly when it comes to these side characters, in my opinion, and I think some of the decisions could have been maybe a bit more challenging, or I don't know, I just think some of the decisions could have been done a little bit better in this game. And there were also some awkward pauses as well. I feel like, in my opinion, it's like that for a lot of Telltale games, and it's like that here as well, where there's like a few seconds when nobody's talking. It just feels a little bit weird. It's almost like the game's glitched, even though it's not glitched. And like I said about the good, the Vaultlanders battle mode, but I feel like it's more of a bad thing and a good thing in my opinion, as it's just way too easy and it's over after a few seconds. But I like that you can get to choose which character you play against your opponent with. We'll now move on to the verdict, and I recommend this game to people who like the Borderlands franchise and for people who like the previous Tales from the Borderlands game. And I rate this game an 8 out of 10. I highly recommend it. And before I conclude this video, I'm going to rank all 5 episodes of New Tales from the Borderlands. This is my opinion, of course. Our number 5 is episode 4, which I rate a 7.5 out of 10. Number 4, episode 1, which I rate a 7.5 out of 10. Number 3, episode 5, which I rate an 8 out of 10. Number 2, episode 3, 8 out of 10 for me. And number 1 is episode 2, which I also rate that one an 8 out of 10. Episode 3 actually had my favourite moment in the game, but unfortunately also had my least favourite moment in the game as well. So if it didn't have my least favourite moment, that would have been number 1, but to me episode 2 was just the best one. I thought it was the most consistent throughout, and I just had a blast playing through that episode. But that's really all to say about my review for New Tales from Borderlands. Again, if you played it, you can let me know in the comment section below, but no spoilers as this is a no spoiler review. However, if you do want to include spoilers in your comment, then just put in your comments spoilers ahead. And I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and comment. I hope you all take care, and until next time, peace out and ciao.